AITA for putting my foot down when my mill demanded I take down my wedding photos. I 23F just married my 24 meters husband a few weeks ago. Due to our jobs we didn't do a traditional wedding ceremony or have any family with us. My mill fought us the whole time saying we should reconsider and have both of our parents come to attend. We didn't want that. Because of our jobs my husband and I hadn't seen each other in 6 months and just wanted to be married and be left alone for the 1 week we had together before he had to leave again. Mill eventually dropped it after my mother convinced her to, telling her we were still planning on having a large ceremony down the line and we didn't see this as being anything important, just paperwork. We did a small quick thing down in the gardens by the water in my city with my pastor. Everything went smoothly. A few days after my husband wanted to visit some friends of ours in the area. I had no problem with that because we didn't know when the next time he would get to see them would be. We asked our friends if they wouldn't mind doing a backyard wedding shoot for us since they were the ones who did our engagement photos. They said absolutely, so we went. My little nephew demanded he be in some photos and we all had a good time together. Our friend said once he finished the editing he would send us the photos. They all came out great. When I received them I posted a few with the caption sharing some of the photos of our itty bitty wedding shoot, PS not our kid but our nephew, and he demanded being in some photos, so who could say no to the little guy, and I thought nothing else of it as the congratulations came flooding in. Here's where I may be the a-hole. The following day as I was getting off of work my husband called and asked if I had posted the photos. I said yes, and he asked about the one with my nephew. I said yes again, and in a huff my husband said okay and hung up. I should state that my normal working hours consisted of close to 14 to 15 hour shifts, sometimes without eating because I forget depending on the day, so by the end I'm usually exhausted and not in the perfect people dealing mood. I called my husband back to find out what was wrong. He said Mill is demanding I take the photos down immediately, saying now it looks like we did a wedding with some family and not others because of my caption. I lost it. I told him I would be doing no such thing. I was tired of her trying to dictate our lives and that I was putting my foot down and I was not removing the photos for any reason. He apologized to me and understood where I was coming from, but he could also see how his mom could be hurt too. I said I didn't care, it wasn't my problem and she needed to get over it. He said okay, hung up with me to call his mom back. I then called my mom crying because I was so tired and frustrated and hungry and needed her opinion on if I was wrong for snapping. She told me no and that I needed to have a discussion with my husband about setting boundaries for Mill when it come to our decisions. So am I the a-hole? Update. Some people are confused on the nephew part. He is the son of the friends who took the photos. We have been side by side with them since the kid was born and at one point we all live in the same little apartment. He is nephew by friends, not by blood. Update 2. Both immediate families were fully aware of what we were doing. Both families insisted on having some kind of photos now since we were going to do everything traditional in a few years. Update 3. Because my husband and I have been so close with these friends for so long, both sides of our families were aware of our relationship to the child as well as their post previously calling him nephew. Update 4. All photos were sent to both immediate families prior to the post being created. Update 5. Both families live several states away from both my husband and I, and we felt as though trying to have everyone travel and set schedules to our extremely limited time was more of a hassle than we truly wanted to have. Prior to coming to me, my husband went and spent time with his family before the wedding.